Ladies and gentlemen, are you hungry? Are you having your breakfast? Well, I certainly do, ladies and gentlemen. I have once again a beautiful and delightful crypto breakfast for you today here on Crypto Compass. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and let's dive into the chart. But just before I do, I wanted to say thank you to you all for following me, and it has been such a pleasure to read and see that a lot of you have been thanking me and doing well during the trading competition, and we're using the information from the Crypto Compass series to their benefit. That has been my goal in the first place, and absolutely amazing to see that it is really working out that way. Sadly enough, though, this is the last episode of the series. As this series will be moving over to a Discord community platform focused on the day trading, also accommodating the fluctuations that happen throughout the day. Because in the mornings I do these updates, right? And then as the day progresses, like yesterday, we've had a lot of volatility. I think it's really beneficial for many people to also get some follow-up throughout the day as the day is progressing. So that will be moving over to a Discord community where I will be present every single day of the trading week. So yeah, if you are interested, just hop over to the website, which you can find in the description below. And that is where the day trading content will go to. Obviously, I will at some point I will keep on creating more content anyway, right? So I will be keeping on doing the occasional live streams. I will be doing general trading education on this YouTube channel, and who knows, in the future I might do a similar series again. So there's absolutely no reason not to like and subscribe to this channel as we dive into the chart. So, with having all of that said, let's take a good hard look at Bitcoin, because we finally had some progression. And with that, also, I'm very happy to say that even though my YouTube titles look like clickbait titles, they are actually not. Because we did had the move, a big move of volatility going on, and 5% move yesterday. So let us take a good look on how to trade it from here on out, and what I'm looking for next on the last day of this trading competition that has been going on the BitGet exchange. Right, so really big channel, trading in there, no surprise. But I guess what is a new development is that we have seen a significant drop from yesterday, which is where I'm going to pick up, because simply yesterday we were simply looking at this range, which I was looking to trade. If the bounce could get some meat, I would be looking to trade this back to the upside. Leaving me never really happened, leaving me in the short, right? In the short trade that was given over the weekend, ultimately leading us up to a complete rotation to the downside of the larger channel. What happened yesterday, we started off by simply not reclaiming of any kind of level, where I mentioned in the update from yesterday, in order for this bounce to get some more flesh, we really need to reclaim this level before I would be interested in a long trade and looking for a bounce to the upside. The other way where I would be looking for a long trade was, I thought it was much more probable that we would see lower prices first before getting the bounce. We did see lower prices, but never ever, even not on the super mini local immediate time frame, that was the word I was looking for, structure, we never reclaimed any level. Therefore, I put off my hands off of the long idea, and I expected lower prices, once again allowing me to recuperate, zoom out to the bigger time frame, and see what we would be looking for then. And in the end, And this is where a lot of technical analysis once again lines up with each other, because this does follow a certain idea where I was looking for some kind of a rounded bottom initially. However, like I said before, while it might still be possible, I do not necessarily like the idea anymore, but it doesn't mean that I'm not interested in a long trade around this region, for example. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use the new information that we've gotten to make a plan from a different angle. And that's what this last episode, ladies and gentlemen, is about. This is focused on how you can attempt to adapt to new information, right? So we do that with starting to use the old information and simply go from there. So what has happened over here? We have now traded outside of this channel. Really big decrease in price. Over a 7.5%, almost 8% decrease in price. Trading currently outside of this channel at the time that we just had the London open session completed. As you can see, very technical, because we stalled in the middle of the range, dropped down, back tested, and we are still currently struggling with that lower side of the channel. In the process, completely ignoring some other levels that were over here. No surprise there either, because those levels have already been tested many times before. Right, so let me tell you exactly what I'm looking for the upside and what I'm looking for the downside. So with this latest price action, we simply have created a new daily level over here. And this is where the levels within the original range, should we come back into, change their importance. Well, we have been looking for the midline of the channel multiple times, which we deemed as a very strong resistance or support, and has proven to do so in the past, yet it remains to do so. However, there is now a new level that is more important than the midline of the channel. And I will show you exactly how I get to that conclusion, because what we can do is simply zoom out, right? We can put on this level that is freshly created just a few days ago, and that will be our starting point. We can also now start using our Fibonacci levels, and we can already see that there is the 618 Fibonacci level lining up with not only the top of the range, but also that freshly created horizontal level over here. Now what we can add on top of that is simply pull our volume levels, and boom, bam, we have confluence over here, because we have not only a POC, also a value area high in that region, marking this region now with the latest drop included in this analysis, the most important region of this entire section, right? So with that, the importance from this level, not going to say that I'm going to ignore it completely, but I like to personally use the latest price action. And the latest price action shows me very little market structure, right? And broke through support in the first place anyway. Should we come back into this channel, then this is going to be a much more significant level than this one. And that is now the latest and newest development on the Bitcoin chart, which is obviously where I am going to ultimately looking to trade to. But what needs to happen before I'm actually interested in taking a trade? Because currently it doesn't look too great. We have dropped outside of the channel, and we are now currently testing this as resistance. So naturally, the first thing I would like to see is maybe we get another drop, for example, or maybe we just go up from here. Doesn't really matter what is happening in this region per se. I want ultimately this level to be reclaimed. I want price to get back into the channel, and then I do believe this can definitely gain the momentum to see a really big recovery, because after all, the legacy markets have done pretty well lately, and yesterday there has been some crypto related news that, in my honest experience, usually doesn't really have too much influence on the bigger picture. which is the reason why I don't watch news and I like to watch. I like to use technical analysis. All right, so what if we do not reclaim this channel? Then I'm going to look for slightly lower levels. And this is where the levels that come into play that also prepared weeks in advance, also in this series already highlighted a couple of times, I would simply be looking for a couple of levels below, of which the first one is, hold on one second, let me actually find the correct one, is the backtest of this really old channel, which we are now currently trading very close to once again. So here we are at the $25,000 level. We are meeting very large support region. A support region. This is where it starts, where the line in the sand for me to approach the chart in a bullish way would remain, price would have to remain above this level at 24,350. For me, that is the line in the sand. So if we start losing that level, then I think this the chart is starting to look significantly more bearish. But until then, this is a very important region that must hold in order to see a significant bounce and continuation to the upside. However, this is not necessarily very suited for day trading, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. For today, I would be looking either for another drop or a reclaim of the channel, which I do think has a good potential to squeeze up, simply due to the lack of market structure and the speed of which the move has been done. Classing this more or less as a double distribution day, so there pretty much is very little resistance above us. However, price first needs to prove that it can actually reclaim something, right? Otherwise, it is pretty much just pure speculation. So, short summary of everything that I simply said today. We've had a significant drop to the downside yesterday, losing the channel, losing the sideways channel, now in the process of backtesting it as resistance. As long as it's resistance, I'm not interested in taking a long trade from here on out unless we reclaim the channel, right? And the second opportunity where I would be looking for a long trade would be another drop to the downside, bringing us to that 25,200 to 25,000 region for the day, which is going to be the first really big level where I'm going to be very interested in what price is going to do there. We haven't really touched that level yet, so I prefer to long around that region because it's a better price to get into longs. However, I'm not going to just blindly long because ultimately we are breaking out of a larger range. Biggest level to the upside has now shifted from that 26,800 to 27,200 and let's say more or less 50, where we have multiple technical analysis lining up, and with that we are including that latest piece of price action into the chart, connecting all the dots together that we have done over the last few months. And with that, we have a very nice, well-rounded plan. It becomes very difficult to actually get surprised on what is going to happen in the market next, because we have our levels prepared. We know exactly what we want to do, in what place, and why, most importantly. Now, the only thing that you have left to do is really keep your risk management in check. Don't get greedy. Don't get very afraid. Simply follow the plan, execute it. And even if you make a mistake, if you make a losing trade, find ways to turn that into an educational moment so that you can do it better the next time. In the end, trading is a marathon and not a sprint. It takes time to get accustomed to volatility and the changes of quiet markets and volatility, and it takes time and effort to become consistent. Anybody can make a big win in the market. Anybody can make a big loss in the market. However, to become consistent requires dedication. You need to put in the work, find the right teacher, I would say, and practice a lot. And through that discipline, you will become consistent. And that is in the end what you want to do. If you want to do this, you want to do this day in day out, year after year, and decade after decade. With that, I'm somewhat sad to say that this series is coming to a close, but I'm very excited to do this, to continue doing this within the Discord community Thrive Labs that's going to release on the 14th of June. So I would say check it out. If you are interested in becoming a member, we are running an early bird discount. That means that if you sign up before the Discord community actually launches and goes live, you will be able to enjoy a 20% discount, which will not be available anymore after its release. So if you have any questions, simply go to the website. You can ask your questions there. We have a help desk there present as well, which is happy to assist you with any questions that you might have. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. Keep an eye out on this channel either way, because I will be doing a stream actually tomorrow where I'm gonna go over the higher time frame, and obviously I will continue doing different kind of projects in the future, which will be announced at a later date. Have a really good breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching once again, and have a very good day.